Hello, my name is Leanne, and this class is called Yoga for Breathing. So we'll go ahead and get started. I want to invite you to make sure that in the space you're in, you feel comfortable, that you have a place where you can either sit down on the floor or where you can sit in a chair. So let's go ahead and get started. In our very first position, I'm going to invite you, let me move my chair a little bit. In our very first position, I'll invite you to either sit down on the floor or in a chair, or you can also lie down. So if you've had a long day and you're feeling tired, if your back feels sore, anything like that, if you have a headache, sometimes it's nice instead of sitting to start lying all the way down on your back. So if it doesn't feel comfortable lying flat on your back, I'll demonstrate, you can lie down and you could place your feet flat on the ground like this, or you could place your feet even up on a piece of furniture like this, right? So if you have any tension in your lower back, placing the feet up or elevating the feet can be helpful to release some pressure in the legs and in the lower back. This can help us to take a deep breath as well. Okay, so that's a lot of information to start with. So I'm going to give everyone just a moment to kind of pick a position where you feel as comfortable as you can right now in this moment. Okay, so just take a moment for that. Find your position and just know that it's okay if you get into a position and you're like, oh no, this isn't comfortable at all. Okay, it's actually good to notice that so that then you can change your position. And we'll start now yoga for breathing with a little bit of just becoming aware of our breath. So in yoga, our breathing is associated with our life force, our vitality, right? The element of air and wind, right? So the substance that literally keeps us alive in our body. So very important. In yoga, the breath is really the most important part of the practice. So take a moment and get comfortable. Try to get as comfortable in your physical body as you can. And then notice how you feel in your physical body right now. So just scanning through, notice any sensations that you feel, and you don't need them to change, right? You're not asking any of those things to change. You're just simply acknowledging them and honoring them by noticing. So if you have like a cramp in your leg, you notice. If your shoulder is sore, you notice. If you've been sick, you notice. Notice all your sensations with acceptance. Also notice if you feel really good, really open, really clear today. And then to add to this noticing, see if you can just start to listen for the sound of your inhalation and the sound of your exhalation. So now notice your breath coming into your body, inhale, and notice your breath going out of your body, exhale. And so this part is called breath awareness. And it sounds so simple. It's not always simple though. All you're trying to do is focus on your breath coming in and going out. Okay, so right now you could focus on anything. You could focus on the wall, a television show, the phone, a game, anything, but you're just going to choose as much as you can just to keep feeling the breath coming in on the inhalation and going out on the exhalation. We're going to do this for a few more moments. So it's so important in our practice to notice the breath. Continue breathing. So this part of class, so this is relaxation and breath awareness. So if your body starts to feel uncomfortable, you can change shapes. If you can, though, try to just be still and notice. Keep noticing your inhalation and your exhalation, almost like a prayer or a meditation as you breathe. Okay. As you continue to notice, I'd like to situate us where I'm tuning in from today. This is my yoga studio here in Grant Park, Atlanta, Georgia. I also wish to acknowledge that we're operating, living, and breathing on the traditional ancestral lands of the Muskogee, the Creek, and the Cherokee nations. And I know where you are, so now we're all situated. And even though we're not in the same space and time, hopefully we will align perfectly together to practice. Good. Take 2 more breaths this way. So this is the relaxation and breath awareness part of practice. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let the breath go. Good. And then start to wiggle your fingers and your toes wherever you are. Okay, so if you're laying down or whether you're seated, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Good. All right. And then take your time, and we're all going to stand all the way up. Okay, so stand all the way up. Now, if standing is not an option for you, please feel free to do the whole practice in a chair. Okay. In fact, even if you are standing up, there may be some postures where you want to have a chair for assistance anyway. Okay. So this posture is called mountain pose. You stand with your feet as wide as your hips or even wider because you know our mountain wants to have a solid base, a solid foundation. So take a moment and just find your standing position. So when we're breathing, we're thinking a lot about our lungs. And our lungs are mostly like over here, closer to the back of our body, right? So just for reference, right? They're kind of like back by your shoulder blades and tucked into your torso. So we're going to do some movements that help to open the area around the lungs. So just move gently and take your time. All right. So, one of the most important things that we do in the yoga practice is to link together a movement of the body with either an inhalation or an exhalation. So, we're going to do that now. Relax your arms, and you could do this also sitting. Inhale and bring your arms forward and up over your head. Stretch long, and then exhale your arms forward and down. Okay, so this is what we'll do for a moment. Inhale forward and up. Exhale forward and down. Nice. So now you don't have to go at my pace. In fact, you want to go at your own rhythm, right? So whatever your own breath flow and vibe is today, go with your own flow. And if your body wants to move a little, like if you kind of like to bend your knees and make it a little more dancey, you can. Just inhale as you reach up and exhale as you come down. One more. Inhale up, exhale down. Now, I said, this class, I want it to be very accessible. So if this movement of your arms is not possible, you'll notice what is possible instead of what isn't. So if your arms will only go here and then back down, that is what you will do. Right? So it's very important when we practice that we practice in our own body and that we practice to our own range of movement, right? Because we're all different. Okay, let's do wings. So this next movement is called wings, and you could have it be the wings of any bird or flying creature that you would like. I like to think of the mythical phoenix. So bringing your hands down by your arms. Good. Stretching your arms down towards the ground. On your inhalation, let your arms lift up like wings coming up over your head. Stretch high. Exhale your arms wide and down. Good. Moving with your breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then just keep going this way. And you can kind of move your body more like you are a bird, like you might even kind of come forward a little, or you can just simply focus on moving your arms. You might be a phoenix. You might be an eagle. Here in Georgia, our bird is the brown thrasher. It could be a brown thrasher. My favorite bird that is around my house all the time is the hawk. So I have a hawk that always comes out every morning when I leave with my dog. So just take a moment here and breathe and be any bird that you wish. Good. Opening your lungs as you do this. If you get tired, just stop. Exhale down and pause. So again, another important point is that if you get tired or if your breath starts to feel winded or short, like you're running fast, then you can stop for a while, right? You'll just stop, break, and then come back into the practice, okay? All right, so now we're going to do circles. So when we do this, we like to imagine that we're like swimming in a pool, right? So take your arms and you're going to go forward and up like we did before, but you're going to let the arms keep going so they go in a circle, okay? And then for me, I like to kind of bend my knees as the arms come by the hips, but you do you. You can make it your own. Again, your arms might not move in this form of rotation. So it could even be like this, y'all. Like just, I'm from Georgia, so I say y'all. Okay, that means just everyone listening here, practicing y'all. Okay, this could get bigger, right? So these get bigger over time, maybe as you practice. All right, now we're going to switch. So other way. So it's like you're doing that stroke where you go like this in a swimming pool, right? Which I can't do and have never really done. I just know it's a thing. Good. And again, here to show a smaller circle, your circles could be more like this or even down towards the ground, right? So we can all be in many places here. Notice your breath. One more time, go back. So switch. Good. And then pause, relax. Now notice as we do each additional movement and thing, if you feel like you could breathe more easily. And the answer may be no, right? So I don't want to lead you somewhere where it's not actually happening, but just notice, do you start to feel a little more open, like through this region of your body? Okay. All right. Now, this one is for breathing, but it's also for your mind. All right. I love this. So you're going to lift your arms. You're going to take your arms in opposite directions. So one arm goes forward, the other goes back. Uh-huh. And this is like, even I'm just sitting here teaching this and it's very hard to do. So if you're just messing up and like, oh my gosh, then just laugh. Let it be fun. Good. And then go the other way. Oh my gosh, that's really hard. Okay. Try to keep them so that they're sort of exactly across from one another too, except for like they're doing exactly the same thing, like mirrors. Good. Now arms up, reach up, hold your arms above your head, breathe in, stretch your body long here, and then exhale, let your arms come down. Good. All right. This next movement is called dishwasher. I want to show you how to do this if you're in a chair. So if you're in a chair, seated or on a piece of furniture, you could bring your hands either to your shoulders or just by your sides, kind of like this. And you're just going to gently turn right and left like this. And you can go much slower than I'm going, right? So you might be more like this. You could also do this with your arms above your head or your hands on your shoulders. If you start to feel dizzy or tired, bring your hands down, pause, and then come back in. Okay. For standing dishwasher, all right, you want to take your feet further apart than your hips, bend your knees, relax your arms. So you want your arms to feel kind of like noodly loose. Okay. And then you're just going to start to turn to the right and left. And you're going to let your arms just swing. That's the hardest part for me, to not do anything with my arms. So your arms over time might start to lift higher. Just breathe as you spin. Good. This isn't really like a dishwasher, though. It's more like a clothes washer. Okay, and then as you're washing, you might even start to bend your elbows as you come around like this. So you kind of tap your torso with your hands and then just keep going. If you get dizzy, look straight forward and don't turn your head. Good. Nice. Couple more, just like this. Good. And relax. Notice how you feel. All right, so now I want to give a few options for our next posture. If you have any injuries in your lower back or your lower back and legs feel very tight today, then you want to be very careful in our next posture just to make sure you feel good as you practice. So you could either do just a mountain pose again like this, or you could, I'll just show this one and then the deepest one and then kind of how to be between, right? So if you want to come to folded mountain, you bend your knees a lot and then fold down like this. So your hands may come to the ground, they may not, but you're just folded. Now you could do this pose as long as it does not hurt, right? As long as you don't feel any sharp pain anywhere in your body. Or you could do half folded mountain with the chair. So I could come to the chair, bend the knees, bring the hands to the chair like this, and try to fold this way. And then if I wanted it to be deeper, I could put my hands in this part and fold this way. But you can use the chair to kind of, find an in-between place for your folded mountain. Okay. You can even come to the back of the chair and I'll actually turn this way to show you. You could of the chair and place your forearms on the chair and kind of be like this too. Okay, this can be a good back release. Okay, so let's hold for just a few more breaths right where we are, folded mountain. Good. All right, now if you're folded, you want to engage through your belly. So tone your belly and then come up to standing and relax mountain pose. Okay, good. So we're coming back into, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to say how you did that in the chair. So if you were still in the chair, your folded mountain would be, so this is your mountain in the chair. This could also be your mountain in the chair. Or you could come into folded mountain like this in your chair, hands on thighs or arms to the ground. Even if you're not practicing in a chair, y'all, this feels good. It can feel really nice in your back and in the back of your lungs. Okay. And then from there, you would just roll back up. All right. Sorry, I left that out. But you know now. So that's also something you can do, if you are working from home, if you work sitting, if you're in school and you're sitting, two really great things that you can do. Just stand up, stretch, sit back down, fold, and then, get back to it. Okay. All right. So coming to a standing position, you can do this one in the chair as well. This is our half moon pose. So start to reach your arms up if that's okay in your body. Bring your right hand down to your right side and lean over, making the shape of a crescent moon with your body. So a lot of the postures in yoga are named for things in nature, like the moon, trees, animals, different places on earth. Okay, so this one represents the half moon, the crescent moon. Good. And then start to come up, reach both arms over your head if you can, and then start to lean over the other way. So here we're opening up this side part of the body, which you may be feeling. It can get very tight there, and it restricts our ability to take a deep breath in and out. Good, and then come up and release. Okay, now this next part, we're going to take our arms out wide into a T. All right, take one arm over the other. Okay, so I'm just crossing my arms. And then see if you can reach around and give yourself a big hug. Okay, so you're just hugging yourself. And then bend your knees a little, and you might lean a little side to side. And this is like when you get to see that person in your family or your friend that you just love giving a hug, and they grab you and they're just like, oh, and you move side to side. That's kind of what you're doing with yourself. And if you want, you can also send this energy to someone you really wish that you could hug. Good. And then come back to center. We're going to switch. So open, whoop, good. And then other arm on top, and then give yourself a big hug. Good. And you can let yourself rock side to side here, whatever feels good. Or you could just be still, hug yourself, whatever you want. Good. And then just release your arms, let it go. I actually want to show one more standing one more standing side stretch with a chair, because like if you do, and I should do a whole other video just on like how to take breaks from your chair when you're working. I will do that. Okay, but I want to do a little segue. One stretch that for me midday feels so good in the body is you have your chair or your piece of furniture. You put your right hand on that support, and then you lean like this. So it's that same half moon pose, but somehow something about the support of the chair is sort of magical. Good. And then come up, and then you can switch sides. So other hand to the chair and lean over. Good. All righty. So come back up, and this is going to be our last physical posture before we come back into a position like the one we started class with. So that would be like a relaxation posture. Okay. First, again, I want to give you two options here. So this is kind of like if you want to sit in a chair and practice, or if you want to lie down on your back and practice. So I'll give you, this is a twisting posture. So you would kind of sit like to the edge of your chair with your feet flat, and then turn to the right. You can bring your left hand across or to here, and then you just twist this direction to the right. Okay. And then of course you would do the other side this way. For now though, keep holding that way. All right. Let me demo the other twist for you. So if you want to do a twist where you're lying down on your back, okay, you would come, actually, I'm going to face this way. You would come to lie down on your back, pull your knees into your chest, take your arms out into a T position, and then let your knees drop to one side. Doesn't matter which, you can choose. Your knees just drop all the way over to the side, like so. Okay, so stay in either posture. I'm going to come out and just stay with that for a moment. Good. Okay. Now notice your breath here. And then slowly turn back to the other side. So you're going to come briefly into your twist on the other side. So just turn it around. Good. And notice how it feels. So it might feel really different on the other side, or it might feel similar. Just noticing, and nothing, there's no wrong or right. So it can be whatever it is, whatever you're finding is okay. And then slowly come out of your twist when you're ready. And we're going to come into a similar posture to how we started our time together. So find a comfortable position. All right. And that can literally be like, I feel more comfortable lying on my couch or on my bed than I do sitting on the floor or lying on the floor. Right. So in fact, if you can, lie all the way down somewhere. You can get as cozy as you want. You can cover up with blankets. You can put on cozy socks, whatever you want to do. I'm going to give everyone just a moment to find a cozy position that feels comfortable in the body. And so we're going to do a relaxation posture, kind of like the start of class. This is called rotating consciousness. And so we're going to rotate our awareness through the body to different areas. And you're going to imagine that you're moving your breath into those areas as I say them out loud. So when I say big toe, you'll bring your mind to your big toe and imagine you're bringing your breath there as well. During this next part of class, we try to do a practice called body stillness, where we lay still. But if you need to move, of course you will. Okay. Bring your awareness to both feet, both legs, both hands, both arms, both shoulders. Bring your attention and your breath to your hips and lower back, to your spine, to your whole torso, to your shoulder blades, your lungs. Relax and breathe through your neck and your throat. Relax the face, the eyes, and the area around the eyes. Relax the ears and the back of the head. Relax each and every hair follicle. And then see if you can relax your whole body for a few breaths here. And then just like the start of class, see if you can just notice your inhalation coming in through your nose and your exhalation moving out through your nose. So you don't have to change your breath. You just want to notice your breath. If you are in a position where it's comfortable to place your hands on your belly, please do so. And as you inhale, see if you can feel your belly moving away from your hands. And then exhale, feel your hands dropping towards your spine. Inhale, feel your belly moving up into your hands and away from the ground or away from your spine. Exhale, feel your belly move back down, away from your hands and towards your spine. Do that a few more times. Inhale your belly away from your spine. Exhale towards the spine. So this is called belly breathing, and it can be soothing. Doesn't mean it always is. So if it's not for you, you can release your hands and just breathe. We'll lay for just another moment here in breath awareness and relaxation. And I'll share a reading with you about the breath. This is one of my favorite poems about breath by Janet S. Wong. Breath is a broom sweeping your insides, smooth and slow. You pull scattered bits of dream fluff and heart dust into neat piles. Short and quick, you coax shards of broken thoughts out of forgotten corners. Breath is a broom sweeping you fresh. So you can relax on your back or wherever you are for as long as you like. This concludes our yoga for breathing practice today. And I appreciate your presence here. I hope that the practice can be helpful, supportive, and beneficial for you. Again, my name is Leanne, and let me know if you have any questions, concerns, or requests. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace and blessings to you all.